I told my girlfriend to shut the fuck up. And now, everyone I know thinks I'm the villain. They say I'm disrespectful, that I crossed the line, that I owe her an apology. But none of them were there when she looked at my 12-year-old sister, made a face, and said, "Maybe feed her less. Her thighs are kinda chunky." And my sister, she was still in the room. That was the moment I saw red. That was the moment something in me snapped. I told her exactly what came to my mouth. No filter, no soft landing, just raw, unfiltered truth. Shut the fuck up. Then I hung up the call. And now, here I am, the bad guy in everybody's story. But let me take you back, because none of this makes sense without the full picture. I'm 30 years old, and right now, my 12-year-old sister is living with me. Our parents, they're vulnerable, health-wise. And with the way things are in the world, it made more sense for her to be here with me. But that's not the whole reason. See, my parents don't speak English. I grew up translating the world for them. Documents, doctor visits, school papers, emotions. I became that bridge. And with my sister, I was more than a big brother. In a way, I was part parent, part guide, part best friend. She trusts me in ways she doesn't trust our parents, because I speak the language. I understand the culture. I know the system. And I've walked the path before her. So when people say, "She's just my sister," they're wrong. She's mine, my responsibility, my heart. That's what makes this next part hurt so much more. It was a hot day. My sister was walking around the house in a t-shirt and shorts, like any kid would. She passed by while I was FaceTiming my girlfriend. Nothing unusual, just a normal moment. Until it wasn't. My girlfriend waited until my sister had left the area, but not the room. She was still within earshot. And then my girlfriend turned to me, smirked, and said something I'll never forget. "Maybe feed her less. Her thighs are kinda chunky." Just like that. Like she was commenting on a side dish. Like she didn't just talk about a child. Like my sister was a problem to be fixed. Something unsightly, unworthy. I didn't think. I didn't analyze. I didn't weigh my words. I said what I said. Shut the fuck up. And I ended the call. I sat there in silence afterward, heart pounding, fists clenched, wondering if my sister had heard, praying she hadn't, but knowing the chances were high. I wanted to scream. I wanted to protect her from a world that would come for her, already was coming for her, and now from someone I let into our lives. That night, I waited for a text from my girlfriend. It didn't come. Instead, I got a flood of messages from mutual friends. "You're a POS boyfriend. How could you disrespect her like that? You need to apologize." And that's when it hit me. She'd told them, but not the whole story. No, she left out the part where she body-shamed a 12-year-old. She left out the smirk, the venom behind her words, the context, the cruelty. She spun it into something else. She made herself the victim. And now, I was the abuser, the explosive boyfriend, the man who yells at women. But here's what they didn't see. They didn't see my sister look at herself in the mirror later that day, tugging at her shorts, fidgeting. They didn't see the way she asked if she should skip dinner. "Just not that hungry tonight?" They didn't hear the silence in her voice when she said it. And they didn't see me sitting across from her, knowing exactly what caused it. That one comment, that one moment, could be the beginning of a lifelong war she'll fight with her body. Because that's how it starts. One offhand remark. One person you trust turning on you. And suddenly, food becomes guilt, mirrors become enemies, and your own skin feels like something you have to apologize for. So yeah, I told her to shut the fuck up, and I would do it again. But now, I'm alone in it. Every mutual friend, every person in our circle has taken her side, either because they believe her version of the story, or because they think how I said it matters more than why. They want civility, they want diplomacy, but I wanted to protect my sister, and I'd rather be the bad guy in someone's story than the bystander in hers. I've thought about texting my girlfriend, or maybe I should say ex-girlfriend. I've thought about explaining my side, about telling her why her words weren't just a comment. But every time I try, I remember the way she looked when she said it. The smugness, the lack of empathy, the way she waited until my sister turned away. That wasn't concern. That wasn't love. That was judgment. That was cruelty. That was someone who forgot, or never cared, what it feels like to be 12 and vulnerable. And maybe I could have used a different tone. Maybe I could have said, "Hey, don't talk about her like that." Maybe I could have had a calm, reasoned conversation. But in that moment, I wasn't a boyfriend. I was a big brother, and she crossed a line. So now I ask you, all of you watching, listening, reading, am I the asshole? Was I wrong for reacting without grace? Was I wrong for not giving her space to explain? Or is this one of those moments where being kind doesn't mean being quiet? Where love means raising your voice? Where respect means drawing a hard line? Because if I'm being honest, I don't regret what I said. I only regret who I said it to. Because I loved her. And now, I don't even recognize her. And worse, I don't think she ever really saw my sister as a person. Just a body to comment on. Just someone else to shrink. So, am I the asshole? Or was I just being a brother? You tell me. There's a moment in every sibling's life when you realize you're no longer just family. You're a guardian, a shield, a mirror, a voice. In this story, our narrator didn't just speak out. He snapped. But behind that raw, unfiltered reaction was something deeper. Protection, fear, love. It's easy to judge tone. It's harder to examine intention. And when a 12-year-old girl, already growing up in a world obsessed with filters, thigh gaps, and impossible beauty, is made to feel less than, the real question isn't, was that too harsh? It's, why was that necessary in the first place? Because the damage of words isn't always about volume. It's about timing, proximity, power. And when you shame a child for simply existing in her body, that's not constructive. That's trauma. This story reminds us, being kind doesn't mean being silent. And standing up for someone you love might make you unpopular, but it just might make you a hero in their story. So here's our question to you, the audience. What would you have done? Would you have said the same words, or swallowed them for the sake of the relationship? And when it's your little sister, daughter, or even your inner child, would you rather be liked? Or would you rather be the one who stood up? Let us know in the comments. And remember, the stories that challenge us the most are the ones that help us grow. This is AITA Story Vault, where judgment is shared, but empathy is earned.